now leave the floor to Roberta, who is going to guide us through how this entire process translated into operational products and what is really behind, what is in the toolbox that we have. What is in the box? Show us,
Exactly.
Roberta.
And actually, what really was interesting in the presentation that Francesca just did was the fact that all the theory in this project really corresponds to really practical results, which are useful for all beneficiaries, for women in general. And also another component that really is fundamental in this project is the power of the consortium, because as Francesca showed, the great presence of research partner like IHF, IDP, and collaborating with a more practical approach of rural women association as the coordinator for women, or even the experience of women business as myself, for example. We give an extremely practical result and approach to all the outcomes from this project. And actually, what we will see here is the fact that all the theory that Francesca presented really translates into a real big result, which is the OER platform, which hosts the training developed to foster the creativity, give women real opportunities, lead them to actually improve their business, manage the teams. Here are some ideas about figures that we have reached so far with this OER platform, which is dewproject.eu, which is now on page 1 for the open search of digital entrepreneurship for women. It really means that it's there, and you can easily find it in more than 87 millions of results. So we strongly invite not only women, but also trainers and practitioners to use it, because it's free, it's open, and it's even multilingual. So we can fulfill a lot of requirements, basically. Up to date, we reached already more than 46,000 visits with this platform, and this will keep on growing because this platform will be open to the beneficiaries for other 3 years after the ending of the funding, which is also an added value not only for the European Commission and the national agency, but also for the practitioner, because they can use and reuse the OER platform in the future. And as you will see in the back office, all the back office section has been structured so to be sustainable in the future. At any time during the next 3 years, new sections can be added, new content can be added, so that the project and the OER platform can keep on growing. How do we get to the OER platform? Of course, we get it from the dewproject.eu website, but if not, it is published in all the institutional website of the consortium, and it is also positioned through press releases in different languages on the net, and also it has, as Lorenzo mentioned at the beginning, presence in 2 of the most important social networks, which are YouTube and Facebook. So please really use those results, because they are free and they are user friendly and target to women. In terms of functionalities implemented, we will go faster. We just presented this overview to show to the practitioners how it works and how the content can be uploaded in the platform and how new content can be hosted at any time. So in the back office, which is the only restricted part, because the associated partner need to be really approved by the consortium. So we don't want to open it to everybody, because what we really want is to ensure the quality of the results that we are giving to our beneficiaries. So that's why there is a restricted area. In this area, you will find the back office user section, the news section, the frequently asked section. All those are open and anybody can use them. The partner section, you can be listed as partner if you are from the consortium, but in the next 3 years, for example, we are more than eager to have a new associated partner that can really boost the visibility of project results and of due project in general. There are documents and deadline sections. There is a glossary section that right now hosts already more than 90 glossary items and glossary entries, all related, as you can see, to the training courses developed. So there are words like objective and key results, methodology, smart leader, digital leader. So all terms that are relevant for our target. In the community section, new associate can be added at any time. In the training section, which is the core of the platform, any practitioner allowed can upload their own new training, new targets. And right now, all the training developed is available in all languages. And also from this area, new best practices and new case studies can be added at any time for the sake of the beneficiary. Also, this category section, for example, is based and is in line with what Francesca presented. Basically, those categories were highlighted and were emerged from the research, from the methodology of Entrecomp and DigiComp, but they can even be further explored, or they can be increased as soon as the resources are obtained to go further with this project. Each as a validation check and as a validation system, we also created test or multiple choice test for to accredit to actually test the skills taught through the training. And the test questions, the test results are also linked to a certificate badge that each user can actually download and customize after having taken the training. In this platform, one of the greatest functionality for the practitioner is the possibility of actually monitoring the performance of students. Even though the platform is completely open, no login required, and the statistics are completely anonymously, the practitioner and the trainer has the possibility of actually monitor how the testing is going, how is the indicator of gradients of preference of part of beneficiaries. What is the ratio in terms of checked tests, how many certificates have been issued. And as you can see so far, and these stats are updated recently, we already have more than 1,000 users that have gone through our training in just in less than 2 years, because it is there is still half year to go with actually the actual development. In the statistics, as I said, anonymous ID sessions are taken in the total respect of beneficiary privacy and GDPR issue, because we are not interested in actually doing money with our targets. We only want to train them and to increase and upskill their competencies. Here is the results of tests, and another important feature for the trainers is the fact that through the advanced stats study part, through charts, we also have a complete overview of which were the course deemed more interesting, either overall or by language, and which were the most followed. This tells us what were actually the most useful training that were developed, and probably that required a huge need for boosting it, because if it is the most followed, then probably it is also the most needed in terms of skills and competencies to be improved. In the feedback section, the trainer has the possibility to actually receive a feedback from real user about one training content. This means also the possibility of giving voice to our beneficiary, to our targets, to give them the possibility to actually either appreciate or suggest some improvements for each training module in each language. All this practical part, which is the back office, is only directed and, as we have seen, accessible to real allowed personnel only, basically. But anybody, any associated partner, so any institution that is joining us can make use of this platform, because it is built for future sustainability and to give future services to our target. I will go fast in this section, because probably it will be better presented in the second part, which is the most technical part, to actually show you the results and the real resources that have been developed. The only thing that I wanted to stress also was the fact that not only we in the OER platform the training is presented, there is also some mechanism in terms of validation and in terms of certification, but also in terms of motivation that have been applied to the platform, so that it is easier for trainers to make use of this platform in their own face-to-face or blended modality and training. In fact, as a matter of fact, gamification solutions have been applied to the platform to make it more user-friendly and more appealing. We built up the self-assessment tools, the multiple choice, where the beneficiary can take the right answers on spot, and if they approve if they get more than 75% of answers right for each module, they have the access to the certificate badge, electronic certificate badge, which can be customized. And also, to make it probably more user-friendly, we created the hangman game, the guess the word game, with the training, the terminology and the glossary. So it makes really easy for a user to learn new concepts and to probably reinforce the learning that they have acquired. So this is the test, and then they can get the certificate. The certificate can be customized so that it really has a meaning also for their curriculum. And this is the guess the correct word game, which was very nice. And actually, we also had to take into consideration one important fact. This OER platform had to be pan-European, but also worth using for different levels of the education, different levels of learning, and different levels of business women. So what we did was going back to square one, make it simple, make it useful and user-friendly, so that it is really all the learning knowledge and all the functionalities can be useful at any level and for any type of target. Also, we used a different type of formats to teach the training. So the training is available not only in text format, but also in PowerPoint presentation, in nice animation with cartoon type of characters. Then there are also references and bibliographies for those users that probably have a more advanced level, want to further explore those concepts, and a demo was created in order to. This is the Powtoon that I was mentioning. A demo was created in order to always make sure that the user know what they are looking at. To translate what Francesca was presenting, this is the actual result and trainings that were created. So digital skills for women entrepreneurship, managing digital team. As you can remember from Francesca's presentation, those key skills were considered the most relevant both in primary and secondary research. So that's the power of this kind of project. Each project result is related one to another, and the result is a common objective and a common results for empowerment of women. And again, in order to make it more user-friendly, we also provided some coaching solutions. So we, with the help of artificial intelligence, a digital coaching functionality was created. So we enabled an open chat box, a semi-automatized chat box that gives the user the answer they need. And if there is no rightly available answer, then their queries are collected in the back office so that the trainer can actually go back and answer those suggestions collected by beneficiary. This is the most important novelty, because we are creating a business hub, an actual community, and also we are giving interactivity and showing that behind the platform there is really a staff of experts of learning and research ready to help the user and to empower women. I would stop here in the presentation just to leave the most practical presentation of real resources to the practical part of this webinar, but I will leave you with some figures about the result that elaborated so far in this project. We already have more than 28 modules available, more than 40 best practice and case studies available, 97 glossary entry, associate partners 6, but this number will increase dramatically as soon as we finish up the test and validation, because at that time it will be the moment when we are free to spread the news about DEW project results. And as I mentioned, we already have more than 46,000 visits to this platform, and this number will also increase dramatically. And hopefully with this webinar, we will help spreading the news about the OER platform and DEW project.
Thank you, Roberta. This was very informative and detailed, and that's exactly what we needed. We want to show to our friends from the community of practice in the training area, in entrepreneurship and gender studies, wanted to show what's in the box. So you have training content in different language versions, free, open access for everybody. One element that is very important is that in this box, you also find not only the content, but you also find the validation mechanism. This is very important to test the acquisition of the competence, to validate the acquisition of the competence from the users. And then you also have the certification process. It's a certificate of attendance and completion of the training that can actually demonstrate that users actually went through the training process, etc. So this is a very important element we want to share with all the community of practice of 47,000 people and more and coming, and the 6 associated partners. There is a wealth of knowledge as the result of the research activities. There is available for everybody in an open access form, the training content, the validation mechanism, and the certification. I will leave it for the next series of the webinars to go into the greater detail of the content and the structure of the training. So for the time being, I want to thank everybody for the patience, but most importantly, Roberta from IWS in Spain and Francesca from IDP in Italy. Again, make use of these resources. They are there to stay for the entire community of practice. Thank you very much and see you in the next webinar series.